What's going on, everybody? Tingo here, and welcome to Transport Fever. I had the first episode of this as a live stream, and if you watched that live stream, you would notice that we had a little hiccup. The passenger system wasn't working. I was able to get food, like grain and livestock, to the food factory, and from the food factory to the city. But none of the bus stops and trains would get passengers. But as you can see here, we are now getting passengers onto our train. But in order to do that, I had to start a whole new map. So this is what our map's looking like. It's not as good as the other one was, but we still do have a good food source to get to at least 3 of these cities. We do have a construction plant here, a construction material plant, but the stone's all the way over here, which isn't that bad because we can just connect the road over to here or around. I don't know if we can go around the backside of that or not. No, there's no way. You have to come around this way and then across the bridge and over to here. And then that can supply the Knoxville, Palm Bay, and Houston. And also Austin as well. But I did get a passenger line going from Houston to Knoxville and back. I got the buses here, the trams or carts all set up. And as you can see, it's hauling some people, and we will eventually get some pretty good money going. So let me go ahead and speed this up, because like I said in the last video or the stream, the first 10 years or so are the slowest out of the whole entire game. The first 10 to 15 years, because there's slow vehicles, they don't hold as many people, doesn't hold as much product, so making money at a fast rate is very, very hard to do until you can get the lines established. So I'm going to basically do this without editing. This is going to be a complete Let's Play series. And so that way you can see step by step, other than what I just did here. If you guys want to see how I managed to do all this, even though it's not on this map, my live stream has how to basically get the map started. And it has the same exact concept, even though that one didn't work. I don't know what was going on with it, but it's the same exact concept from what it was then on that map to what you guys see here. So let's go ahead and speed up time so that way we can get some money flowing in here, because I already did pay back some of the loan, so I was able to do that. It was very cheap to put this line in, because as you can see, it's pretty flat all the way down through here. I didn't have to go up and down any hills. I didn't have to cut back any of the hillside or go through any tunnels or bridges. So it was fairly cheap. So let me go ahead and speed up the time here. So that way we can get some cash flow going. And as you can see, there's more and more people. If you click on here, 7 passengers, so on and so forth. It's just going to keep rolling in. Let's see how many people are on the train as of right now. Coming from Knoxville, we got 0 passengers, okay. But there are some waiting. Got 8 passengers waiting on that one. Alright, so these roads here are fresh. So these cities will definitely start to grow and fill themselves out. So once we start getting money coming in, I think I'm going to start up this food line. Instead of having the carts going all the way out, down, and back across, I'll probably just create a road going off this side and down this way and connect. So that way it's a direct route basically to and from this way. And then the carts from here will just go to Houston and to Knoxville. So let's see here. This is how the train will look 14 out of 28 passengers. Taking a little ride on the reading here. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. No, it's fine. So it's a fairly flat surface, like terrain. So that's making it quite nice. I had to do a little bit of adjusting with the track when going over these roads because it did like hump, as I was stating in the live stream. When you go across the roads and stuff, the track will sort of hump, or the road will hump, and so I had to basically adjust it. I think this one is the worst intersection. You can see the road right here, how it humped. I'll have to fix that eventually if I don't forget about it. Actually, let me go ahead and exit out of here. I want to see how much money first we get for those. Yeah, man, that filled up pretty quick. That's already up to 40-something passengers. I might have to start trying to get a hold of another train. $84,000. Let me fix this road real quick while I'm thinking about it. So to fix this problem, it's the same way with the track. All you gotta do is come down here to the bulldozer and delete the small section close and the first section away from it. And then you go to the road. This is the country road, so we'll need country road. Yeah, I think this is the right road. Let me see. Yeah, it is. So basically, you just take the road and just redo the road. And as you can see, there's no more hump, and it's a pretty smooth transition up. Click on that. And then, since this is holding 22 passengers after the train actually picked them up, because the train holds 28 passengers. So it picked up 28 passengers and left 20-something behind. So it's getting to that point now to where already that I can start building more tracks so that way I can get another train on the track. Because the more people that are left behind is less money I make. So let me see how many people are left behind. Right now, one more person will be a full load. Okay, it was just 27 people, and then it dropped down to 25. Now it's 26. Come on, hopefully these two people can get in. Nope, they didn't. So I'm 2 people shy on that one. But I do need to do something because down here, you can see, holds a lot more people. So what we're gonna do is leave room for it, and because the stations can be upgraded. So what we're gonna do is leave plenty of room to where we can end up eventually deleting the track to be able to extend the station. So let's get our track out. Go ahead and make a little transition here and start placing this track. That way we can have 2 trains. Let's see. That's still pretty flat. Nope. See how it bumped up right here? Since there is a train on the track, we're going to have to pause it. Let's go ahead and delete. Delete. And then reattach. And now it's flat. So then do this. Check it. Still flat. Okay, good. And go ahead and restart that back up again. And continue going like this. Okay. This is a pretty long stretch, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and check this. Make sure all flat. Good to go. Yep, looks pretty good. Okay. almost there. Now we're coming up to that intersection that gave us trouble before. We'll stop right before it. And wait for the smoke to clear. The good thing about this is if you click and you let go, it doesn't automatically set. You can actually click and drag it, let go, click and drag it, let go. So that's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and do that. Man, oh man, I just don't like how this is looking. It's a pretty steep. Okay, the train just passed. Let's redo this. Let's redo this before the train comes back. Okay, what's going on here? Connect. Connect. It's not as bad. It's still there, but it's not as bad. That's okay. And this I can deal with. That's no big deal. Alright, so come out here. Once again, need to leave room for changing the track. Look at this. Remember in the stream I told you, always leave the track coming out because the game will just put roads blocking your way. And that's exactly what just happened. Because I didn't listen to my own words. That's going to help block the roads from crossing where I need to go. Alright, so to leave room to expand, do that. Okay, now what we need to do, go to signals, because this will help direct the trains, stop the trains, and tell the trains when to go, and stuff like that. And we won't have trains running into each other, stopping and blocking each other, so on and so forth. So the better you signal these tracks up, because as you can see, the train's just using that one track back and forth, back and forth. If you use two trains, it's not going to work. So these signals will tell one train, hey, when you go one way, you go on the outside track. You come the other way, you go down the other track. And that way it's just a constant circular motion, and you won't have trains coming head on at each other. They're not going to hit each other. They won't. This game doesn't have any accidents or anything. But they will stop, and all of a sudden your money starts going down. You're like, why am I not making any money? Why do I keep losing money? Then you got to trance down. It's pretty tough when you have a lot of things going on, a lot of moving vehicles and trains, because then you got to go and search, okay, which one is losing me money? Let me check it out. Let me see what's going on, and then figure out what the problem is, why it happened the way it did. So now I got them all signaled up. And if you watch, now the train is coming back on this track instead of this track. So now we're just going to wait a little bit longer, get some money saved up. We could take out a loan. We could take out that loan back to 3 million. Because if you can see here, we got the loan out for 2 million right now. We could take a loan out, take out the $1 million back, and get another train again. So, it's either wait or get the other train. It's still early enough in the game. I'm not too worried about it. So I'm going to take out 1 mil. And then go here. And we're going to buy ourselves another train. And since we got that, we're going to come back down here and repay the 500. We're left with 75.5 thousand. So let's keep an eye on this guy, this train here. So that way when he gets close to the station, we will release this one onto the track. So that way, hopefully we get timed up. Actually, we'll let it go now. And we'll stop it, and so that way when this one is stopped, we'll keep an eye on this one. When this one starts rolling back from Knoxville, oops, Once this one starts rolling, we will stop it like so. So that way, when this one gets to Knoxville, unloads its passengers, loads it back up again, and starts to head forward back here to Houston, we will release this train. So that way, both trains will be constantly going back and forth. When one gets to one station, the other one's getting to the other station pretty much the same exact time, and they'll both be released from the stations pretty much at the same exact time every time. So looks like it's almost there. It's back down to a single track. There we go. $168,000. And there we go. That one goes. This one's gone. So now they should go ahead, basically cross towards the center, which is just about right here at this intersection. Pretty much, as you can see. They'll be crossing right around this section right here. Should be. Yep. Well, this one must be going uphill. Yeah, this one's only going 16 miles an hour. This one's going the full 25. So they would have crossed right here if this one would have been going the full 25. But that's okay, because this one will get to this station sooner than this one will get to that station over here. But it will swap back the other way, where this train will go faster than this train will. So let's see. They both have 28 passengers on each one, so that's good. So we might even have to get another train. Get 3 trains going. That'd be pretty nice, actually. This one will be 100 and what? 68. This one will be 168 right here. Oh, that's 185. That's even better. Alright. So, what we're going to do is, you can turn things on and off here. You can turn off pretty much everything. All the icons, you can see them disappearing to where there's nothing. And as you can see, each one starts popping back up again. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the money off, so that way you don't constantly see the negative and the positive flashing up all the time. As you can see, we're making money pretty decent here, because we were left with 75.5 when we paid off the loan back from that 500. So I'm pretty sure that these 2 train runs here, give it a couple more times, we will be able to get ourselves another train. And it almost looks as if, I don't know if this section is going to be covered by this train station or not. If this section isn't in the radius of the train station, I'm going to have to put another bus stop in over here. Alright, so we're just waiting for these trains to come in now. This one's almost here. And that one's already there. 168 and 185. So that's 570. How much is it for another train? 172. No, I don't think we're gonna have enough, but we'll start buying. So that way, those will be sitting there. All we gotta do is just purchase one other train car, and we'll get 3 trains going on this track, and that'll be some pretty good money coming in. And believe it or not, I mean, it's kind of silly to buy them now, but they don't cost that much money for maintenance when they're just sitting there. They actually cost a lot more while they're running than what they do when they're sitting. So with that in mind, when we go and we start doing like this food and we have trains running it, what we'll do is have a nice long train, and we'll have it to where instead of it just picking up whatever it can within a certain amount of time and come back, we'll have it go and sit there until it's fully loaded, and then it will return and drop off its produce or goods, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we did just go back into the negatives, but that's for just a short stint of time, because once these 2 trains come in, we will then be able to purchase this other one for $272 and get that one on the track. Here's 134, and this one, bam, done. Alright, so we'll let these ones go. Once these are pretty much close, halfway, I will release this 3rd one here. Release it into the wild. Alright. So let's get it ready. Get set. And go. So now we'll have 3 trains going, because this one's almost got a ready. I mean, it's almost got a full load ready for it anyways. In fact, nope, only had 24. No, that one's not it. That's this one. It did have a full load. And let's see here, 6. Let's see if there's another full load or almost ready for this other train. I'm pretty sure there will be. This would be nice, because that is just more income. More people getting moved is more income. Alright, well, not quite a full load, but the people will adapt to the train schedules. The more frequent the trains stop, the more people will start showing up. Same with any like the food and the goods and the steel and everything on this game. The more frequent your stops are, the more you move, the more it will produce and the more it will push. So we got 3 trains going now, which is good. Alright, so now, since we're waiting on that, let me show you guys, for those of you who don't know, for this right here, for the line manager, not only can you create a new line, you can come over here and you can basically do everything with it. You can send all your vehicles back to the depot, you can send everything back to the depot and sell it on arrival, or you can just delete the whole line altogether and the carts or trains will go back to the depot. They also tell you your frequency and how much you're making with your line, whether you're making or losing money. The other thing is you have these little circles here for the automatic vehicle replacement. You can either wait for the game to say, hey, vehicle 11 needs to be, or it's reached its lifetime expectancy and needs to be replaced, or you can have it automatically replace itself as long as you have the money for it. It will not replace itself if you don't have the money. Usually. There have been times I've noticed it to where it has actually, even though I was already negative, it kept taking more and more money out. But anyhow, what you do is when you're in the line manager, you click on this, and this little box will pop up. It'll match whatever one you clicked on, Houston Pass. What you'll do is, where it says replace vehicles automatically, you can click this, say yes. If you try to do that right now, it's going to say replacement vehicle not yet set. So what you'll do is go into set vehicle, and this will pop up. Since it's a road line, all your road vehicles will pop up, and you can choose what vehicle you want to have it automatically replace what's already on that line. So as of right now, we don't have any better passenger vehicles, so we'll just use this one, hit OK, and now with this you can check when you want that vehicle to be replaced, how long you want that life expectancy to be. You can either have 25%, 100%, 125, 150, or 200. I usually leave it at 100. Unless I really wanted that whole line to get upgraded, like right now, I'll go and switch to 25, and as soon as all the vehicles get upgraded, I'll switch back to 100. So as of right now, we don't have any, so we're going to pick the same exact thing that's on there right now, and now we can click yes. and then close. And now you'll see this is actually highlighted, meaning that is set up for automatic replacement. So this line here is basically the same thing. Go ahead and do that, and boom. This one, train, set vehicle, you can either click on what you want and hit add, and it'll add it, or you can double click on what you want and it will add it. So since those are what we have currently right now, you get the engine, and then the 2 is the 2 train cars. Hit yes, close, bam. Everything as of right now is automatically set for replacement. Now, 1858, start of 1858, we now have a new vehicle available, which is the 4.4, the General. But the thing of it is, we go in here to replacement, set vehicle. This is what we have now. Top speed 25. The General, top speed 28. What we have now, weight 44,092. The General 88,185. This one 95 horsepower. This one 177 horsepower. This one, the tractive effort is 5,620. This one's 8,992. The real difference is the running cost. The one we have is $28.7 thousand per year. The General running cost $52.9 thousand per year. So for almost $25,000 more a year, not only is this engine doubled in price right off the rip, it only goes 3 miles an hour faster, it weighs double the amount, it's only 80 more horsepower, and it's only 3,000, almost 4,000 tractive effort more. To me, in my opinion, this early in the game, going from the Baldwin 6-wheel to the 440, the General, is not worth the time and the money to replace this engine. Usually I keep this the Baldwin 6-wheel until we have an engine that goes 40 to 60 miles an hour. So as of right now, we are perfectly fine, and you can be perfectly content with the Baldwin 6-wheel, because as you can see, we're almost up to $1 million already just by sitting here and going over the automatic replacement of the lines and going over what the new engine is. So with these 3 engines, 3 trains on here on this line, as you can see, is flowing quite nice, and it's bringing us quite good money. And look at this. Remember that road that was originally brought through here? They've already replaced it. Just that quick. But this Knoxville's actually filling in quite nice. Let's see what it's looking like here. Residential, 1 commercial right next to the line. What is this place? Commercial building. Cargo needs. So yeah, that's the thing. You can click on all these buildings here and you can see exactly what each building needs. So that way you can actually... Unemployed, none. So 6 people live in that one home, and none of them are unemployed, which is good. Let's check this building. So this building here needs construction materials, machines, and fuel. So that right there, you can actually tell roughly what that city is needing. But also, when you come down here and you click on here, the show the high list of towns, you can actually click on, there's this Knoxville, click on Knoxville, and it'll show you exactly what the whole entire city needs. 72 of all these, which is tools, food, and goods. And for the jobs, that's for shopping facilities. That's what's needed for the shopping facilities. For people in the town for jobs, you need 67 construction, 67 machines, 67 fuel. And then, of course, population, whether it goes up or down, it'll tell you if it's poor, mediocre, good, great, whatever it actually is. So, as of right now, we need money to come in a little bit faster. We have pretty decent money right now. So I think for next episode, we are going to start the food line to both the cities. So as of right now, I am going to go ahead and call it an episode. And which is actually, it was pretty productive. I mean, ended up getting 3 trains, on the line, going back and forth. And as you can see, we're making pretty good money. We were just over the 1 million mark. So hopefully next episode we will have enough money to where we can go ahead and get our food line started to both of our cities. So until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.